just a place. It's an energy, a pulse that never slows down, a dream that millions chase. And today, you and I are going to walk its streets, feel its rhythm, and see why they call it the city that never sleeps. From iconic skyscrapers to hidden corners bursting with stories. This is your journey through New York, raw, bold, and unforgettable. Times Square isn't just a destination, it's a phenomenon. A place where time feels suspended in neon glow and digital billboards stretch into the sky like modern-day monuments. Whether it's midnight or noon, it pulses with life. As you stand there, you'll be surrounded by a sea of people. Tourists holding cameras, performers dressed as superheroes, business people rushing between meetings, and artists painting the crowd. Each person brings a different energy, yet somehow they all fit into this living, breathing mosaic of the city. Look up and the lights blind you. Look around and the sheer density of humanity amazes you. You'll hear street music, taxi horns, 100 languages, a symphony of chaos that somehow works. Times Square doesn't ask you to slow down. It dares you to keep up. It's loud, fast, and unapologetically electric. And for a few heart-pounding moments, it becomes the center of your universe. She's not just a statue, she's the first face millions saw after crossing the Atlantic with nothing but hope in their hearts. Rising proudly from Liberty Island, the Statue of Liberty has stood tall for over a century, a beacon of freedom, a reminder that dreams are worth crossing oceans for. As your boat approaches, you feel something shift. There's a reverence in the air, like visiting a sacred place. Her crown gleams under the sun, her torch raised defiantly against the sky, not just lighting the way, but challenging the world to do better. Standing beneath her, you begin to realize what she represents. Not just freedom, but endurance. Not just welcome, but transformation. Liberty speaks no words, and yet her silence echoes louder than any anthem. When the Brooklyn Bridge first opened in 1883, it was the tallest structure in the Western Hemisphere, a marvel of innovation that connected not just two boroughs, but two eras. Walking across it today, you're still surrounded by awe. Steel cables stretch above your head like harp strings. Below, the East River glistens, and in every direction, New York's skyline tells a different story. Joggers pass, cyclists ring their bells, tourists snap selfies, and yet there's something timeless about the rhythm of your footsteps on the wooden planks. This bridge doesn't just span a river, it spans generations. A place where marriages have begun, proposals have been made, and memories are etched into every bolt and beam. Crossing the Brooklyn Bridge isn't about getting to Brooklyn or Manhattan. It's about understanding the strength that built this city, one steel wire at a time. At over 840 acres, Central Park is more than a park. It's a living, breathing contrast to the concrete jungle around it. Here, skyscrapers peek between the trees like shy giants. The rush of the city fades, replaced by the gentle rustle of leaves and the distant sound of a saxophone playing near Bethesda Terrace. You'll find lovers rowing boats on the lake, children chasing pigeons in Sheep Meadow, poets scribbling in worn-out journals beneath old oaks. Each corner feels like a storybook page, filled with quiet beauty and unexpected magic. But Central Park is not just pretty, it's resilient. It has witnessed protests, parades, proposals, and quiet reflections. It bends to the seasons, golden in autumn, soft in snow, blooming in spring, always changing, yet always familiar. It reminds us that even in the fastest cities, we all need a place to breathe. As dusk falls and the city lights flicker on, one district in Manhattan begins to glow a little brighter: Broadway. This isn't just a street filled with theaters. It's the living, breathing heart of storytelling in New York. Here, every night, stories unfold not on screens, but before your very eyes. Velvet curtains rise. Spotlights sweep across the stage. The first note of a live orchestra stirs the air, and suddenly you're not just watching, you're part of something larger than life. Broadway is where legends are born. Think of Lin-Manuel Miranda rewriting history through Hamilton, or the timeless spell of the Phantom of the Opera haunting audiences for decades. Each show is a world of its own, a portal that pulls you into someone else's dreams, fears, triumphs. Outside, the energy is contagious. Crowds buzz with anticipation, actors slip through stage doors, and street performers echo the spirit of the stage with music and dance. Broadway isn't about celebrity, it's about craft. The grit of rehearsals, the nerves backstage, the applause that carries long after the curtain falls. When the lights dim and the final bow is taken, you're left with something rare in today's world: a shared human experience. For a couple of hours, strangers laughed, cried, and gasped together. That's the magic of Broadway. It reminds us that no matter who we are, we all have a story worth telling. Step into Grand Central Terminal, and you don't just enter a station, you step into history. Since 1913, Grand Central has been a marvel of Beaux-Arts architecture and human movement. Its soaring ceilings, intricate chandeliers, and iconic celestial dome aren't just design elements. They're declarations of New York's belief in beauty, even in the everyday. More than 750,000 people pass through these halls daily, yet somehow everyone finds their rhythm. Business travelers in sharp suits rush past tourists gazing upward in wonder. Couples reunite beneath the famed four-faced opal clock. A street musician's saxophone echoes through the marble corridors, adding soul to the station's mechanical pulse. There's a kind of poetry here. Every step on the concourse feels choreographed, a dance between strangers who will never meet again, yet share this single fleeting moment of motion. Grand Central is also a place of secrets. Explore the Whispering Gallery, where words travel from corner to corner on the curve of the ceiling, or find the hidden speakeasy that recalls Prohibition days. Even the underground tracks seem to hum with stories from 1,000 lifetimes. And in this whirlwind of departures and arrivals, Grand Central remains anchored in elegance, proof that even in the rush of modern life, there's room for grace. It's not just a way to get somewhere, it's a reminder that the journey itself is just as extraordinary. Some of the best things in New York are free, and the Staten Island Ferry is proof. Every half hour, this big, bright orange vessel pulls away from Manhattan's southern tip and glides across New York Harbor. It's a commuter boat, sure, but also one of the city's greatest hidden gems. No ticket lines, no tourist traps, just an open deck, the breeze in your face, and a front row seat to the skyline. As the ferry moves away from shore, something shifts. The noise fades, replaced by the rhythmic hum of the engine and the soft lapping of water. To your right, the Statue of Liberty rises, not distant and abstract, but close enough to feel real. She faces away from Manhattan, looking out toward open sea, a symbol of welcome and courage that has greeted generations. Turn around and you see the city in its full glory, the financial district's towers gleaming like steel mountains. As the boat continues, seagulls dip into your path, and the sun casts golden reflections on the water. And yet the ferry isn't just about the view, it's about perspective. For many locals, it's a part of daily life. Students with backpacks, parents with strollers, workers in uniforms, all quietly sharing the same ride. And for visitors, it's a gentle, wordless way the city says, "Come a little closer, let me show you who I am." By the time you return, the skyline feels different, not just impressive, but personal. And you realize the Staten Island Ferry isn't about going somewhere. It's about taking a moment to see everything from just the right distance. You've walked its streets, you've crossed its bridges, you've seen its light and felt its soul. And now, New York stays with you, because it's more than a destination. It's a feeling, a challenge, a muse. And long after you've left, its echoes remain in your voice, your heart, your hunger for something bigger. New York doesn't say goodbye, it just whispers, "See you soon."